Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take something most of us do every single day without even thinking about it, driving a car. And we're going to look at it in a completely new way. We're going to peel back the layers on the just incredible amount of energy it takes. And we'll start with the one power source we all know intimately, ourselves.
Have you ever really looked at a highway at night and thought of it like this? As these remarkable illuminated ribbons of rock covered by migrating mammals in metal. It's such a poetic way to see traffic, right? And it hints at a much deeper story about energy and time, a story we're about to dive into.
Okay, so to truly understand the immense power packed into a car, we need a starting point, a baseline. And the most relatable one there is our own body. So let's start with your own personal power plant.
It all comes down to a surprisingly simple number, 100 watts. That's it. That is the continuous power it takes to run your metabolism. To keep your heart beating, your brain firing, your body warm. It's the energy of just being you.
Think about that for a second. As you're sitting here listening to this, your body is just humming along, using about 100 watts of power. It's pretty much the same as a bright, old-school incandescent light bulb. That's our starting point for everything else. So remember that number, 100 watts.
So if we need 100 watts to live, how does the rest of the natural world solve this energy problem? Well, it all comes back to the sun, of course, and to a very elegant, very ancient agreement. Let's call it the parable of the leaf.
It's a fun little thought experiment, isn't it? I mean, what if we could just skip the whole food chain and go straight to the source? What would it actually take to power our 100-watt bodies directly from the sun, just like a plant does?
Okay, so here's where the math gets pretty interesting. The Earth's surface gets about 250 watts of solar energy per square meter. But photosynthesis is only about 2.5% efficient. So when you run those numbers, you find out you'd need to carry around a personal solar panel, a giant leaf basically, that's more than 15 feet wide just to power yourself. Yeah, clearly a little impractical.
And that is exactly why we don't carry giant leaves. Billions of years ago, life struck a deal, a kind of natural contract. The plants said, look, we'll do the hard work of capturing sunlight. In exchange, animals would help them out by eating their fruit and spreading their seeds around. It's the fundamental energy contract of our entire planet.
So how did we humans solve this energy problem? Well, we didn't go for the giant leaf. We found a way to carry our power with us. And that solution, gasoline, is an absolute miracle of energy density.
300,000. That's the number of push-ups worth of physical energy stored in a single gallon of gasoline. It's a number that's so big, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. So let's try to put it in a more human perspective. Imagine trying to generate that same amount of energy yourself. You'd have to do 100 push-ups every single day, without fail, for 10 straight years. That is the amount of physical labor, the human effort, that you are pouring into your tank with every single gallon.
Okay, so we've got our two reference points now, the 100-watt human and the 10-year push-up challenge in a gallon of gas. Now let's put them side by side, because this is where the scale of our energy use becomes truly shocking.
Just look at that difference. I mean, it's almost funny. On the left, that tiny little bar, that's you, our 100-watt biological engine. And on the right, that skyscraper, that's your car at highway speed, consuming 20,000 watts. And most of that is just to push air out of the way. The contrast really says it all.
Let me put it simply. Your car, that metal shell that you're migrating in, is operating at a power level 200 times greater than you are. You have outsourced your movement to a machine that is literally 200 times more powerful than your own body.
But where does this incredible 200 times power boost even come from? It's not magic. It's history. It's geology. To understand this, we have to zoom out, way out, from the scale of a single life to the scale of life itself. We have to talk about deep time.
Every time you turn that key, you are tapping into a planetary savings account. That 20,000 watts of power comes from burning ancient sunlight. Sunlight that was captured by plants and animals over 500 million years, then compressed by geology into this potent, energy-dense liquid.
Just consider this timeline for a moment. It took nature 500 million years of slow, patient work, photosynthesis, life, death, burial, pressure, to create this energy reserve. And we are burning through all of it in what is, on a geologic scale, less than the blink of an eye.
Let's just sit with that for a moment. All that ancient sunlight,
All that concentrated life being consumed in a tenth of 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 the time it took to create. It's like watching an entire forest burn down just to light a single match.
Which brings us right back to that ancient deal, doesn't it? The parable of the leaf. The agreement was that plants would capture the energy, and in return, we would help spread the seeds. But by burning 500 million years of their ancestors in a geologic instant, you have to ask, are we still keeping our side of the bargain? That's a question that's worth thinking about on your next drive.